joining us today on Rise and Shine Rhode Island College. I'm Nina Albamonti, and in honor of the recent Veterans Day holiday, we have with us today Staff Sgt Jason Doyle of the 143rd Security Forces Squadron of the United States Air Force, also formerly a 10-year veteran of the Rhode Island National Guard. Thank you for joining us today, Jason.
Thanks for having us, Nina.
It's my pleasure. Now, what prompted you to join the military?
Actually, it was 18. I just dropped out of high school, got my GED, and I happened to be going over a friend of mine's house, and her dad was a National Guard recruiter, and he was kind of pulled me aside and said, what am I doing with my life? And he talked to me about some of the benefits of being part of the military, and next thing you know, I'm going up to Boston, MEPS, and I signed up to join the military.
And now, what was your unit's first role when you went into Iraq?
First, we got called up in February of '03, which was the onset of the war. Before the war actually kicked off, they were building up in Kuwait. So we went to our MOB station out of Fort Drum, New York, and then went over to Kuwait, and we were there for about a week and got acclimated to the climate because we went from about -20 to 120 in a couple days. So it was a pretty significant change in weather. And then we went up to Baghdad and go set up camp there and waited to find out what we were going to do.
And now, after you got into Baghdad, what was your unit's actual mission?
We got there for a week, and then we went, we got there one day, set up the camp. Next morning, we get an order saying that we were going to Fallujah, Iraq, which none of us knew at the time what Fallujah was. War was still going on, but it was actually starting to scale down there. We took over Baghdad. We went over to Fallujah, and our job was to set up the police department and get the government up and running, get the mayor and the city councilman, and start establishing law and order there. We quickly found out that Fallujah was not going to hear any of that. They assassinated the police chief, they assassinated the mayor, they were shooting at us every single night. It ended up turning into the hottest hotbed for quite a while. We were there for 4 months and saw significant activity, so we actually started going into doing patrols, kicking in doors, doing raids, finding weapon caches, doing ambushes at night and during the daytime. So our role went from a traditional military police role into more of an infantry role.
And now, I know it's probably difficult for you to talk about, but was there one specific incident that you can remember that's the most frightening for you?
It was quite a few. I got blown up. That was pretty intense. I got bullets whizzed by my head. I had RPGs whizzed by my head, but we used to get mortared every night, and they usually weren't that bad. But
what is a mortar?
A mortar is basically a bomb they put in a tube, and it shoots over a long distance, and it explodes, and it has a kill radius of 50 meters. So if it lands anywhere near you, you're pretty gone. One particular night, one came out of the tube. I heard it. It was coming right at us. It kind of has a different tone to it. It's a real high-pitched screech. And then it landed, and I was just outside that 50 meters, but the force was enough to throw me, and I went flying into the building, and I rolled over and was trying to find cover, and the next one went over our head, so that was pretty intense. That one really scared me the most.
Now, despite the horrible stuff that you just described to us, I'm sure there's a positive side to your experience.
Oh yeah, I mean, the bonds that I built with the men and women I served with over there are unbreakable. I mean, I consider every single one of them brothers and sisters to this day. I mean, I can't describe people have normal friends, and I have friends from high school that I'm still friends with, but it's a whole different level when it's people you serve with and go through that traumatic type of experience. Plus, they put a lot of benefits in place for veterans. So there's like the post 9/11 GI Bill, and we get free school. So there's a lot of benefits of being a member of the service that is beneficial both financially and it helps me personally as well, so I can move out my education.
Okay, now is there anything that you can tell the audience watching us who are looking to go into the military what the most beneficial thing about being in the military is?
Well, when you get in on-the-job training, I mean, I have 15 years of military police service, so if I want to get a job in law enforcement, that's a huge resume builder there. So it looks great on our application. You can join the National Guard and serve part-time and still go to school, and the state of Rhode Island pays for your schools for free. So you get free tuition, you just have to pay the fees and the book for your textbooks. But you also get the GI Bill on top of it, and so you end up actually making money to go to school. I actually make $900 a month just to go to school. So after the first semester, the first part of the semester where I pay for my books and my fees, I'm making $900 a month after that. So it's actually pretty good.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank you for joining us, and thank you, Jason, for your service, and thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for having me.